putting it into context, right? Telling you, Mom has never gotten a placing higher than 5th place in an MPL. Who would expect that?
Yeah.
Right? But expect the unexpected because the draft for game number 2 is now about to begin. Red Esports will now be swapping slots, so they will be drafting on the blue side, Team CARACAL on the red.
I like that on this Sunday we have our own meta going on where Akai is popping off. You know, the Claw doing way more damage than even we expected. I mean, great. So right now, Red Esports, they ban out the Akai. If they win against Team CARACAL, then I would say, you know what? Put Akai on the ban list, man, because he seems to be quite the problem.
Yeah, you would think that after the sort of adjustments, the nerfs to the tank meta overall, and to Akai as a hero, he would kind of drop off a little bit. And it did seem that way for a couple days where teams weren't prioritizing him as much as before, until people started realizing that having this washing machine panda on the land of Dodd is actually kind of annoying to deal with. You know, you clean up the opponent's act and everything. Yeah,
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I did not see that coming. Now, well, Ling has been banned, so that's great. Okay, Ling has been banned. Valentina has been banned out as well. So for the side of CARACAL, if they're going to be safe, Faramis as well as 1-1, and Fanny. We haven't seen the Fanny ban as of yet, and I feel like if Fanny is open, kind of think both junglers are pretty comfortable with using the Fanny.
The Fanny. We have seen Zayed play on it before. Will Team CARACAL want to let it through? They're going to first prioritize banning out the Faramis, which again is quite understandable. We've already seen firsthand just how game-changing the cult altar is. And honestly, it does make me glad that Faramis is actually getting some time in the spotlight. Kind of wish we could see that for heroes like the Vexana, like the Leomord, who did just recently get revamped as well. But these players have decided Faramis is the only hero from the revamp that's really fitting into the current meta.
It's kind of unfortunate because have these heroes gotten better? Absolutely. But so far, looking at the mid lane, Eve is such a powerhouse. If Eve is not available, we still have other picks like Sicilian, like the Kagura. And it really is depending on the flavors that they really want, right? Because when we look at mid laners, what kind of mid laner do you want to be? Do you want to be a burst mid laner? Do you want to be a utility kind of mid laner, kind of like a Faramis? You're just focusing on engaging as well as making sure that your team stays alive. And the Julian has been banned out. I kind of wanted Red Esports to force Team CARACAL to ban it out because I feel like giving the Julian onto Zayed would be the better call.
I get the feeling
1-1 is open.
Yeah, 1-1's open. That's what I was thinking. That is the Maul signature hero. We didn't mention earlier, he may not prefer playing heroes who are highly meta, but right now the going's getting tough here. 1-1, 15 times banned, only 1 time picked, and she ended up losing that one, so 0% win rate on a 1-1, kind of strange, but this is a hero that Team CARACAL has to fear in the hands of Maul.
Right now, if you do want to counter out the 1-1, you can use a Phoveus just because every single time the 1-1 dishes out a basic attack, you kind of trigger his passive. You could use other heroes like Lolita as well, but taking someone like a Phoveus this early is very dangerous because you can re-counter with Esmeralda. So going with the Matrix, a very safe pick here for the side of Team CARACAL. And then getting the Tamus, which again, we talked about it, is crazy. Even without any kind of lifesteal or spell vamp items, it really doesn't matter. Tamus is just that strong.
Yep. This is a hero that is really starting to emerge in this brand new MPL meta, and it's understandable why Team CARACAL would prioritize on it here because there really isn't a good EXP lane matchup against Tamus. You can go even, but you will never really win as long as the Tamus knows what they are doing, and because of that, things might become a little bit difficult for Mom. What can he pick to go up against this?
That's so demoralizing, like going up against another EXP layer and it's like, what can we do? The best that you can do is break even.
Yep.
The best thing you can do is not to die. It's like, oh, well, right now the Masha has been picked up, another EXP laner that has been kind of hot here in MPL Malaysia. Like, it's good in lane, it's good in team fights just because it's quite a big distraction. You dish out all of your skills onto Masha and it's like, oh, you only just destroyed the first part of her HP. She has 2 more left.
Yeah, I mean, if we compare it to Tamas, who will win most matchups, Masha will absolutely go even in most matchups, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
this is basically the best response they could get. And when you think about if Mom is actually going to be playing this, he was one of the first people to play that Masha role back in Season 9, and boy, he was an annoyance with it.
Yeah, right now, Team CARACAL, they're going to pick up the Karina, which has been banned out quite a lot of times in the second phase of the ban. So it's good that they picked up over here. It has been picked up twice, 0% win rate. But you know what? It's okay. A lot of things can change here today. And banning out the Eve is good, but I kind of feel like this just gives an excuse for Ash to bring out his Kagura, which is pretty insane as well. And it's not good going up against the Beatrix, because if the Beatrix is sleeping, you know, not focusing on the Kagura, Yin Yang overturn, and then you're gone.
If anything, though, rather than Kagura, Team CARACAL have to be wary of the Lilia. I feel like that's a hero that they have to ban out next if they really want to focus down on that mid lane, because it just works really well against most of their lineup. The Black Shoes making it so that the Beatrix and the Karina's damage isn't going to matter too much in the long run. Red Esports, they're going to start off their second ban phase, interestingly, getting rid of Sicilian.
Looks like they're just really worried that for the side of CARACAL, that their late game might be a little bit unstoppable, because again, there's a lot of mid laners open still. The Sicilian is just focused on that late game, so Red Esports, they might not want to go that far late in the stages of the game, or Sicilian counters someone in mid who might. I mean, technically you can counter the 1-1 as well.
Your team is
Ooh,
banning.
wait, why?
Hayabusa ban, that's
Why?
interesting here. So let's think about what these teams are considering right now. Red Esports banning out the Sicilian is pretty strange, because while Sicilian is still strong, it's not quite as good as before, and Red actually ban out the Lilia for themselves. That was a possibility, since Team CARACAL are going to be having priority pick in this second phase. They don't want to give that over because Bad Boy has not revealed his hero yet. But this also means that the Lunox is still open and would work really well against all three of the heroes on Red Esports, and yep, that's exactly what they lock in.
Hey, you know what? They gotta win. Might as well continue the streak. Lunox has been picked up by Team CARACAL. So from the side of Red Esports, they're missing their jungler as well as their mid laner. And again, I'm still looking at the Kagura. If not the Kagura, what's the lady that goes underwater and then big splash?
Kadita.
Kadita, yes. Ash.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, because Ash is actually like, Kadita was one of the heroes that got Ash up to this point. Like, he made a name for himself with the Kadita. So if they want to go back to basic, go back to what's comfortable, then that is open. And speaking of junglers, usually Zai is an assassin player, but it looks like this time he might be bringing out the Paquito, and I'm glad I called it the Kadita.
Yep, Kadita is a very good choice here. The iframes from the rough waves, as well as the ability to just take out a single member of Team CARACAL, is going to be very valuable when you're up against heroes like the Karina and the Lunox. I think that's basically the best mage hero that Ash could go for at this stage of the game. And with that, Team CARACAL will now have to choose their final pick. They're still looking for a roamer, so something that can deal with all of this. What would the best choice be?
I will protect you.
Yeah, I was thinking of Lolita as well, just because she can block some damage from the crossbow of Tang. But even with that, honestly, out of everyone from the side of Team CARACAL, Raj has to be the one that should be the most careful. And the reason being, it's not for him, but it's for his team, because as a frontliner, you're probably going to be one of the targets that 1-1 wants to take your weakness stacks from. So if he is too gun-ho going in front and then giving all those weakness stacks, he's going to make it so that the 1-1 can pop off the crossbow of Tank onto anyone in the back lane. So yes, he wants to be there absorbing the damage, but try not to give those free weakness stacks onto Mao.
Tamas is a very easy hero to hit the weakness points on, but that will come down to how well Maul can play around the rest of Team CARACAL. In the previous matchup, Zed ended up coming out on top with his Claude pick, and now Maul with his signature hero will have something to prove on the MPL stage as we enter into game number 2. Will Team CARACAL defeat the odds and secure a 2-0 victory?
I would say Zed, based on the first game, he kind of proved himself already. But now with Mal on the 1-1, arguably his favorite hero, you know, the name 1-1 was synonymous with Mal. If he wins this one, yeah, you know what, Zed, the victory is yours.
Ooh, Ash already taking a lot of damage from Bad Boy as well as Mianzal in the mid lane. And we can instantly see the Lolita try to shift towards the top side. There's going to be a lot of pressure on that gold lane because Maul, on that 1-1, as Gideon has put it, this hero is a free win button.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Not gonna lie, even though didn't win before. But, you know, let's forget about that. Now look at Sai Hakimi. Curiosity killed the cat. He went in, cat's out the bag, and then he died. That was unfortunate.
And except in this case, the cat was the one
that killed.
Yeah, the cat actually finding a really good target there, and that's an amazing read for Team CARACAL, knowing that Zayed is going to come for the Little Wanderer, just placing 3 members there to deal with him, instantly taking him out, and that's going to be an excellent start. We can see from the emblems, Ken going for that veteran hunter, wants to focus on that early game snowball.
Yeah, and the fact that he opted for the cooldown, battle spell cooldown, making sure that can actually get a lot of early gold here. But I kind of want to talk about the Franco because he put points onto hybrid penetration. Not, you know, so usually we see whenever anyone goes for the support emblem, yes, they do want the extra movement speed, but they also want hybrid regen. But looks like this guy, he really wants the kill. He wants to steal the kills over from Mal.
That is an interesting choice. Down here, we can see Mom in a 1v2 situation. Again, this is a Masha. Even against Rash and Bad Boy, he survives with 2 full HP bars. But you can see that Team CARACAL, all they're doing is placing pressure onto the bottom lane to ensure that Mom cannot rotate up to disrupt this turtle claimed by Ken.
But like you said, this is a Masha. What Masha wants to do is go even. He's doing so well going even against 2 people. But look at the jungle over here. Rash Meow as well as Ken. I think they did manage to actually get the buff. And right now, Rush is going to be focused on. Looks like there's nowhere for him to go. But look at Team CARACAL. They re-engage, trying to get a kill.
What?
Amiru, that was not supposed to happen. Hello?
That's just That's just a weird animation right there. And that has actually happened to me in pubs a few times, and I absolutely hate it. But Ken was still able to walk out of that just fine. And really good vengeance timing from Rash, popping it right when the Rough Waves is about to come out to ensure that he does not get one shot.
Legit, I thought he was done for, but he managed. But anyways, right now looking at Miral, he is here around the top side of the map, which again is no surprise to anyone because Red Esports, this is the way that they want to play. And a little bit different over here, Rash Meow is going up against Meow, and even though he's half HP, technically Mom is still kind of half HP as well.
It's a bit hard to say when it comes to Masha. Looking at this matchup here reminds me of the old days of Esmeralda versus Uranus, where they don't really hit each other, whereas these two are just doing nothing but hitting each other and surviving through all of it. So it's kind of the same, but also not really. I
gotta say, that is a very toxic relationship. It's not really healthy. But either way, you know, we let them live the way they want to live. For the side of Red Esports, it looks like Miral is trying to catch anyone out. And looking at the bottom lane, they're still fighting. And looks like Rash Meow, he is low, but Mom, he's on his last HP. We gotta look at Ash as well as Miral because I feel like they do want to get some kills because it is 4 minutes of the game and they have not secured anything for themselves just yet.
There's a lot of Team CARACAL presence up in the top lane as well. All 4 members, I guess they want to catch out Maul, but he is wisely playing safe for now. Blade of the Heftices was the first item for Zed, so he might actually be playing more of a sniper/shotgun style of play instead of Nibiru. But Turtle now going to be contested. Numenon Blast gonna flicker forward, actually misses everyone.
Whoa!
Oh, hold on, does he have rough waves? He does! That's beautiful from from Ash. 4-man Turtle going over the side. Bloody Hunt on top of Mienzel secures the double kill for Maul. He still does have crossbow effect, but he bites off a bit more than he can chew. Right into the shotgun almost picks him off, but he gets the crossbow of Tang.
My voice disappeared for a moment. He went a little bit too high, but that was hype. Ash, this is why he created a name for himself with the Kadita. Look at that multiple knockups. And Mal, he almost died. He still managed to get the weakness tag, and then he jumped through the air, getting a triple kill. That was like, yo, Red Esports, this is what we want to see first game.
That was incredible. I have never seen a 4-man Breath of the Ocean before. But I feel like all of the teams today are just competing for who can make the biggest play. Because right now, I'm hyped, you know. Day 3, week 1, this is just incredible.
We were talking to ourselves like, how can anyone top the first game? Well, it looks like, you know, Red against CARACAL, they're really showing up for themselves. Ash as well as Mal, amazing outplay. But again, this is Team CARACAL. They proved that even if they do make mistakes in the early or mid stages of the game, they know what happened and they can recalibrate themselves to make sure that they get the kills. And the damage coming in from Zed Meow is going to be a little bit much. Red Esports, they have to make sure that they eliminate this guy first before getting hit by the Renner, because again, Renner hurts kind of a lot.
It really does. We can see an attempt by Ash here in the mid lane as
Oh, what?
Hold on a second here! Hold on a second here! Mienzel regretting that instantly, dodging out of the way of the hook, letting Miral get it onto Zed, and now Red Esports are looking for more. Ooh, that was narrow. That was a near hit on Mienzel with the hook again. Darkening doing a lot of damage to Miral. Ash in the backline, rough waves, dropping Bad Boy down to 10% HP, and they will get the first tower in the top lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a game on our hands over here. A lot of outplays coming in from both sides of the team. But again, for the side of Red Esports, everyone is fighting for the MVP status. Mal, Ash, and Miral really showing up. But again, how was that hook supposed to happen? That was insane. And out of all the targets, he got Zed. We just talked about how they need to shut down Zed because the damage is going to be too much. And then Miral's just like, you know what? I got you. Nothing is impossible.
What's unfortunate is that it would have hit Mienzel if he didn't dodge out of the way, and that puts Zed into the range of fire. That's just unlucky right there. Windtalker picked up on Maul. Now the 1-1 is 3-0. Red Esports having a 4.8 net worth lead. This is starting to look pretty good for Red Esports.
Hey, don't count out CARACAL just yet because, oh, that's a very good block. They have a lot going for them. Looking at the damage over here, Rush Meow really showing up on his Tamas, 42,000. What is up with the EXP leaders today?
That's just crazy, and that's why Tamas is such a dangerous hero right now. A concealed play from 4 members of Team CARACAL, finding no one, and Rash just surviving the rough waves, but a hook into the Bloody Hunt secures kill onto Mienzel. Bad Boy taking a lot of damage from Zayed. He doesn't have Brilliance up, meaning that the Lunox will fall. Rash gonna use this opening to take the tier 1 mid, but now he is out of position. He's still doing a lot of DPS to Zayed, but the crossbow of Tang secures the kill onto the Tamas.
Yeah, Team CARACAL making some mistakes here and there, especially Menzel. It kind of looks like he's slightly frustrated because he cannot really engage to anyone that he really wants. So a little bit of out position over there really costs the team the space here in mid. Yes, they managed to get the mid lane turret, but was it really worth it? I kind of don't think so.
I feel like they were just cutting their losses there. Yes, Rash could have gotten out without dying if he didn't invest into the tower, but that would have probably been their best chance to get that important objective here. As Ash gonna find Zed, beautifully done. Numenon Blast cancelled by the knockout strike, and Red Esports walks out with surgical precision.
Stuffer, do you smell that? It smells like game 3 is coming. Red Esports with 7,000 gold lead right now. Mal, 4-0-3. The moment you let 1-1 go, you let it go to the guy that made this hero famous, or in this case kind of infamous, because it's not fair when he is on this hero. But same can be said with Ash and Miral. This is the kind of hooks that we were looking for, but it's nice that Red Esports, they don't really need Miro to do it. Ash can do it as well, and the same can be said for Mal.
You can see that in terms of the gold lane matchup, Mal has 4 items.
Wow.
Zed has 1. This Beatrix is not having a good time. He's being targeted every single fight. If not by Merle, by Ash. They know that he is an easy target, and as long as they ignore the rest of Team CARACAL, they won't have enough DPS to take him out.
Team CARACAL, based on the itemization, they're really focusing on the burst damage because Beatrix building a Blade of Heptasis as well as going for a Blade of Despair is okay just because she has a lot of burst damage. But right now, bursting out Red Esports, that is something that you want to do. You just got to wait for, say, Zayat Hakimi or Ash to actually make a really, really bad play. But Mal, being in the backside, is going to make sure that even if a bad play is going to go down, they can recover. And right now, with a 10,000 gold lead, the Lord is in the base of Team CARACAL.
Mom just buying so much space. Bad Boy actually...
What?
What is that? How do you fight that? Miracle with the hook. Ken diving just a bit too far. Dies. Crossbow of Tang. Gives the triple kill. Gives the maniac. The Maul.
Give it.
Going for
Give
the kill. But he's in the base. They won't get the Savage, but they will get the Crystal. That is how Maul ends the game on his signature hero.
What do you do when you lost the